So we have new characters. Oh my goodness. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I'm going to just jump right on in here. We got new characters, but let's talk about some of the old fuck ups first. Max, Jabberjaw, and Yap Yap. Them two, he ain't took his ass home at all. He has not been home. He's been sleeping at the goddamn studio and just doing his thing. He's still pissed off with Brandy, and I don't blame him. He should have just smacked her upside her head and got it over with. But, he did the man's thing. He removes himself from the situation. You got to give him credit for that. He's pissed off. He hasn't been home. So, he basically, we seen him talk with Ray J. And the funny thing is, while talking to Ray J, he kind of sparked some thing in Ray J where Ray J's like, is this what I have to look forward to? And I think I could see Ray J's wheels spinning about those dumb decisions he made with Princess about that pre-dep. So I'm like, pay attention, Ray J. Pay attention. So that whole thing going on. Later on in the episode, we actually see Yap Yap come down to the strip club. He's at the strip club. He done basically already said he's just, kind of sticking it out to worry her. He's just trying to aggravate her at this point, but he really ready to go home. He gonna go home, but he just gonna aggravate her a little bit. She comes out to the strip club and shows out again. She always shows out because she's stupid. That's what she does. She down there, no. She started getting on the uproar. He walked on off of there and left her standing in there, yelling and screaming and sounding and looking a fool, as he always does. Okay, so on to the new people. Lyrica. We see Lyrica, the young one, actually doing some rehearsal. And her mom was actually there working with her. Both of them can sing. That mean they can both sing. You could tell that they both sing. But what worries me with them, I'm looking at the two of them. The two of them just look like trannies, like straight up transsexuals. You can look and tell they were, neither one of them were bad looking girls at all. You can see that, but they just got too much shit going on. They got all this seal and shit in their cheeks and their noses are down. I'm like, honey, y'all got a tranny train going on, honey. It's a mess. I'm like, too much work. And both of them are too young to have all that work done in their face like that. Anyway, next we actually see Safari, child. That damn Safari, honey. I said, come on here. So they show him, he actually is showing up for an radio interview. Does his interview, talks about the whole Dickie thing and all that kind of thing. Didn't go all deep, didn't drag her, nothing like that. It was good. It was a good interview. It was a good way to be brought into the show. And he's kind of single, but not. Okay? We find out very quickly that he's actually messing around with Nikki, baby. So once they actually come show that scene, honey, they show Safari coming up out of this water, baby. He's at a pool somewhere, coming up out of the water. I said, child, I loves this show, honey. Come up out of there. And he's in there playing with her now. This got on my nerves. I'm going to need you to stop kissing her ass. Like, literally kissing her ass. Like, anyway, she's playing games anyway because she got another motherfucking person. What's her name? Rosa Costa. We see her at the end. She in the bed, sucking face and rubbing titties and you know, finger pooching with her. So Nikki got a boyfriend and a girlfriend. And the two don't know nothing about each other, and you know that shit's going to implode before we get too far. But yeah, Safari kept kissing her ass. I'm like, why you keep kissing her on her goddamn ass? I said, child, you must like plexiglass. But all right, whatever. But together, they actually would make a decent looking couple because he's big. Like, he's real big and tall. So that's kind of what she need because she's look like she's swallowed fizz up any old goddamn way. But Safari got something to handle her goddamn ass. I said, oh my. Anyway, so it's going to be interesting to see how all that plays out. But yeah, that Safari's pretty motherfucking sharp. And he got this badass goddamn fur on in his confessionals. Again, I'm like, I know it's hot where you are. I don't know why you have this fur. But I guess he just likes fur, and I like fur. I like the fur on him. It's cute. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so um, who else? Pam and Lyrica. Now I'm getting a little tired. I can see it already that I'm gonna get a little tired of the storyline of the two mother-in-laws going at it. They actually sat down and they met, and they're both just hostile. That Pam, which is A1's mother, she just ghetto, and I think she's one of them mammies that just believe that he owes her something just because she is his mother, and she's here for her free ride in the fancy car. And Lyrica ain't really feeling that. But again, you got too much to say about it. You know, it just is what it is. They both need to back out of each other's face and back out of their kids' life. So they're just a mess. Their whole little storyline just kind of gets on my nerves. And they did what they did. Them two talked and they kind of came to the common ground. I don't like you, you don't like me, and it kind of is what it is. And that's that. And they went on. Then they bring them to the two of them together at the end of the program, and they're trying to have like a sit down. Now, on that, I'm gonna have to say the older Lyrica was wrong because she was wrong because they were having a decent moment. Found out that Pam had done actually moved out, which is all you've been fussing about is Pam moving out. Pam done moved out, so why are you still bitching? She's still bitching. She go on and on and on, gum bumping. Then she ends up throwing food and throwing a drink, and it was just a whole big mess. And I'm like, how did we even get here? So, Big Lyrica, girl, you were wrong. You were wrong, and Pam should have laid hands on you. She should have beat you the fuck up. Is what she really should have did. She should have moved all your motherfucking work around and had this cheek up here and this one down here because you were out of order. You really, really were. And then you got A1, he's screaming and hollering. You got, I told you, their whole family was all fucked up. He yelling at his mother and yelling at her mother, and she doing the same. I'm like, don't nobody have no respect for nobody around here. This is just all fucked up. And I'm telling you, I'm looking at him. Somebody explained to me about him and these black fingernails. I'm confused. But his nails is done. And they're black. And I just don't get it. And he got this blonde hair. Child, I don't understand Miss A1, honey. But okay, well, whatever. Or maybe that's something I don't know about. But, leave it in the comments, y'all. Black fingernail polish. What does that symbolize, y'all? Um, I know what it symbolizes in my world, but maybe I don't know. You know, maybe there's something that I don't know going on the hetero side that y'all got something going on with black fingernail polish. But I would love somebody to explain to me. But every time I look up and I see A1, I don't understand what the big argument is. Because the argument that's not being had is that why are they a couple instead of a couple girlfriends going shopping? But anyway, moving on. Masika. Masika and Fetty Wap. Okay, so they have buried the hatchet and squashed everything in this episode. We see him come back to see her. They squash everything. I looked at Fetty. Fetty is actually cute. He's a cute guy. It's just that I don't know. I guess if once you're around him a while, it wouldn't catch your attention anymore, But I'm like, I don't know. I love the fact that he's comfortable enough to not wear a patch over his eye or anything like that because he really is actually he's a nice looking boy, beautiful hair. I love his hair is nice, but yeah, he ain't bad looking at all. Ain't bad looking little fella. Messy, he messy, but most of them are. But him and her seem to be in a good place, and she actually ended up having a baby this episode too. Had a little girl, and she's the one smart thing about Masika is that she didn't just fall straight back in with him. She's like, I hear you, but I don't trust you, and you shouldn't, So we'll see what actually happens with them, and that is basically really all that really went on in this episode. Not a whole lot. There were the most of the episode was them introducing Safari and actually really delving more into Lyrica and all of their bullshit. All right, that's it. That's all I got, and I will talk to you guys next week. All right, y'all. Bye. Wait a minute. I almost forgot this. Ciao. When they had the little meeting where we and Safari and Nikki, baby, that was up at the little pool situation, honey, and he gave her a little gift. And I mean a little gift. He gave her this $10 bracelet, honey. I said, now, Safari, I'm kind of side-eyeing you a little bit. And Nikki kind of made mention to it, like, I don't need him to buy me expensive gifts and this, that, thing, and the other, and all of that. Because I can buy my own expensive gifts. True enough. But I don't know if he'd get to run up in me for the $10 bracelet, honey. Just think about that for a while. Okay, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.